pouring sometimes. Because it's not very much. Stuff can get built.
So I want to just record a little bit for a second, and then I want to play it back just to hear it.
I'd be worried about it settling.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
I got the weirdest boner right now, and I can't figure out why.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Were you recording?
Yeah, I just said I need to record this.
Oh, you were recording that? I thought that was the announcement to say you were going to start recording.
Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
The show where we talk about beer, brewing, and bullshit.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show. It tastes good, but I'm not going to talk shit about it either.
I like to think of it like
why not?
like
I'll
Kid
do
Rock's
that
beer.
shit.
You know, like
Hey,
it's
I
just a
liked
novelty.
I liked it. That was good beer.
Man.
Kid
Rocks?
Rock's beer?
Yeah, I
never had
liked it anyway.
You know what?
I've ever had
You know what it tasted like? It tasted like Bud Select. You ever had a Bud Select?
55 calories, dude.
55.
I had a friend that was one of her favorite beers, and at her funeral we had a 24-pack of that in the car, and we all kept going out to the car and cracking around to beers, and then going back inside.
Yep.
I remember my friend's mom worked for a distributor, and they would get cases of beer. It was like $2 for a case of beer for them, but you could only buy 2 a day. And she would come home with 2 cases of that, and that's what we drank for months, was Bud Select.
Bud Select.
It was not great, but it was
Yeah,
free.
it's ironic because
This
nobody would
explains a
actually
lot of-
select that Bud under their own.
This explains a lot about why you are the way you are, Jim.
Yeah. Well, when COVID first happened and like a lot of the restaurants were closing down, I remember T's Roadhouse. They had they were getting rid of their stock of beer.
Yeah.
And so you could go and get a case of beer for like $10 or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, even if it's shitty beer. And they had a whole list of beers they were selling. And I'm like, oh, I'll take that one and that one. Oh, we're out of that. We're out of that. We're out of that. I'm like, well, what do you have? They're like, well, we have Bud Select. And I'm like, I will take Bud Select. I will begrudgingly.
All right,
it was like
fine.
It was like $8 or $10 for a 24-pack. I was like, you know what? These will be good to put in the fridge, and people who don't want my like beer on tap, the good beer, they can have a Bud Select.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty excited about this episode.
Yeah, it's
A
very
little bit
exciting.
of a different location.
Yeah.
We got some good beers coming up.
We'll
Yeah,
see
a
how
good
much of
guest.
the echo comes out with editing.
What is
I don't
what?
know yet.
Where are we at, Daryl? Where are we?
We are at Starr Craft Brewery. Want me to give the address again?
No,
we're
I
actually
mean-
in the back room now.
Yeah,
Yes, you
specifically.
always
Yeah,
give the address. That way anybody who doesn't know where they are can come here.
Look us up, damn it.
it is.
Google Maps.
It's got 69 in it.
But we got the guest here, John, again today.
Hello, all. How are we doing?
Welcome
Trying to
back.
live off
Welcome
of
back.
John.
Yeah, it's been, almost a year, I think.
Thereabouts, yeah. So that also makes this the Christmas episode again.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is the backroom space in the brewery is
Yeah.
on its way to completion, and
So that's why you're hearing some echo. There's no soundproofing
It's
in
almost
here yet.
there. It's getting close, right?
Getting close. Only another year or 2 to go.
yeah.
Another
So
year
we're
and 12.
we're having a bottle share in here today, so it is apt that we will be recording here.
Yep,
Yeah.
and if you didn't know about the bottle share, you should have started listening to us sooner.
Yeah,
right.
or at least 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. When it was talked about.
Yeah. I mean, as we record, technically, if you listened yesterday at the absolute latest, you'd be fine. But you're not here, so.
I got one I really want to start with, so
Yeah.
I'll let you go
We're
through
gonna
your
read it. Okay.
reading
I was gonna say
professionalism.
John could open it and pass it around.
Oh, and these are real good mics, so you got to get real close. And I mean, you could really put the pop filter right up to your mouth and keep talking.
No, this one is from Dewclaw Brewery, the Pastryarchy, the Unicorn Farts After Dark. It's a chocolate cinnamon breakfast stout with golden glitter. So apparently you will shit glitter.
I'm excited.
This is from Baltimore, Maryland, and this is a limited release, number 25 edition. So
And this came in from our friend Jeff, too.
a
Mr.
wonderful
Jeff, the beer
delivery.
donator. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Dewclaw.
No, this is a new one for me
That's
too.
that weird claw that's on an animal's.
Not that. That's not what I meant.
Let's see. The description here is the patriarchy. Glitter shines brighter in the dark. Giddy up for this French toast flavored frenzy, complete with alluring notes of chocolate and spiced cinnamon. A beautiful dark take on the original Unicorn Farts collaboration between Dewclaw Brewing and Diablo Donuts. Now brewed as a dessert stout with golden edible glitter. I'm glad they said edible glitter.
Yeah.
What percentage is this? Does it say? 8.5. I said big bold
8.5.
letters,
Yep,
8.5.
there it is.
So last time I had a
Big
French
beer.
toast was brown iron made a beer, French toast, 17%. And I had a hard time drinking. It was so sweet, so strong. Not that it was bad. It was just tough.
There's a lot of
That'd be a
drywall
good
dust on
blending
this one.
candidate, though.
Yeah, the breakfast stouts, I noticed in my experience, it seems like the breakfast stouts, they tend to kind of be that way.
That
I
sweeter
feel you're
side.
right
Sweet
on
and
the
syrupy.
you're
Yeah.
right on the urge or the edge of literally being a syrup.
Nice,
Nice
crack.
crack.
Nice echo and everything in here.
Thanks. I normally wear underwear, but I figured I'd like to show off the crack today.
Heyo.
I'm glad I'm sitting next to you, buddy.
I'm not.
I'll let Johnny pour his beer since he's off in the corner here.
Actually, do that.
Yeah, we're stuffed back in a corner here today at the king's table, if you will, for
Feeling fancy.
See,
Yeah,
I told him
the
we
plans
should have
later.
hosted this from sitting up there.
Yeah.
You know, that way we're above everybody.
looking down on the peasants.
Remember, you know what's awesome
I'm kidding.
about
We love you all.
what's the best about being on a podcast when it's audio only is going over there, up
Yeah.
there, pointing picture.
You can't see this right now,
For the
but
viewer at home.
Looking at the beer,
Put your penis away, Daryl.
I don't see any glitter. Do you see glitter?
You can actually see through it, which is surprising. With most stouts, I would expect like you couldn't even see through the glass.
Maybe
but
we didn't shake it up enough. Maybe all the glitter's sitting on the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
Just
maybe.
sitting on the bottom, yeah.
I'm not mad about not having the glitter. If I'm being
I was going to
perfectly
say,
honest
if you
with
recall Carol's other episode,
Ooh.
we did discuss that.
It smells good though.
the whole actually like swirling it and
Ooh, so it
that
smells
thing.
like an ooh. You said ooh.
hang on,
I
that's
smelled
let
it.
me-
is
Yes.
that an ooh or
I hit it.
ooh?
I hit it with a
there's
ooh on the smell.
So that's like 4 or 5
That was an
O's, I think, on that
elongated-
scale.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get a ton of roasty notes on the smell. The smell's kind of
It smells like a stout to me.
but it tastes really
Yeah,
nice.
It's very just plain stout taste to me.
Yep. A little dry, not
Dry.
really
I
sweet.
definitely get that,
Yeah.
which I'm more of a fan of because, like we were talking earlier, these things can be so sugary
Oh, yeah.
and so overpowering super easily.
It's actually dry and roasty.
It's
pass it
almost
back
like
a little
a.
bit?
I'm getting like the dark chocolate vibe. Like there is. I'm
gonna
getting that
swirl
like
it, though.
drier, not like a milk chocolate, like an actual dark chocolate kind of taste. to
Cocoa
it.
nibs.
the
yeah.
bitterness out of it.
I don't get any of the cinnamon they talked about though.
No, none of that.
I get like almost like when you drink a pepper beer, like a spice beer, it's kind of got that that pepper taste to it. This maybe it's the cinnamon almost comes close to that.
I'm almost curious now. Is there an age on that bottle?
It tastes good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I didn't need
good.
to pour that much.
But I wonder if like the cinnamon doesn't come out because
Let me see if there's a stamp on it because they've got this. It's like a sticker label they didn't print on the can.
I'm wondering if the glitter dissolved.
Yeah, I don't see.
That's unsettling.
Yeah.
Just gonna be setting off metal detectors from now.
I mean, I just assume that's one of the thousands of metal BBs that have melted into my skin while I'm welding on stuff.
isn't
yeah,
the
that's a
glitter
very
just a
good point.
mineral though?
Yeah, I don't think it would
Glitter
be.
is-
No.
I think it's a type of mineral.
Probably wouldn't be straight up metal. I mean, it could. I guess you can.
Gold flakes would be allowed.
Yeah, you could eat gold.
Gold sluggers. It had real gold in it. Tastes
When's
like,
the last time you had one of those?
Dude.
I think
Gold
when I
slugger's
was
been a while.
20 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it was.
When it had novelty.
Yeah,
When I was young
for
enough
that
for it to
one
have
weekend.
novelty.
Yeah, that it had novelty. You're like, there's gold in this.
I'm disappointed, man. I
There's
expected
gold in them
fucking
there
sparkles in
liquors.
this.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Visually very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I think if you swirl it around your glass, like none of the flakes stick. So
I saw one.
You sure?
I saw one.
It was just a bubble. He's a liar.
Nope, I saw one
I will
sparkly.
say, though,
there
think
was a
about it.
sparkly boy in there.
The marketing on this compared to the actual product, the marketing's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely sold on the
I was all
can.
excited for the can.
Yeah.
And unicorn farts and
I'm
What a
gold
letdown.
glitter.
Yeah, the cinnamon definitely has kind of fallen out. I think that's what I'm tasting. It's not bad. I like it.
But it doesn't taste like French toast.
No.
I get zero French toast from that. I have like a dark chocolate, the dry, the bitter.
I would honestly.
not cinnamon.
I would be wondering if maybe this was mislabeled.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, but I do get the chocolate.
That's a common thing in a lot of stouts, though,
Yeah, it should be.
anyways. I mean, cinnamon breakfast stout. We get no
Cocoa?
cinnamon. There's no glitter. There's none of the other elements. That
I have
should be
one
here for
glitter.
this.
I can see it.
It's probably yeast.
It's right there.
Probably yeast.
I want to see
Hold on, let me get my magnet. If you look right, like kind of where my thumb is, I don't know if you'll see it now because the light isn't shining
I
towards
don't
it.
see
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, when the can's close to empty, I'll put a little water in and shake the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Just,
I
I want to see if
Good
there's
to know.
anything in there.
If I'm going to use glitter, don't do it in a dark beer.
Well, yeah, that was the kind of the first thought I
Or
had.
get some of the antique lead-based stuff that shouldn't dissolve.
Wow,
That's a good point.
smart.
Yeah.
I hope the lead I'm mining.
Welcome
ends
to
up in
Starr
your
Craft.
beer.
Would you like to try our new asbestos stout? It's just on tap today.
So what you do, you get the uranium glasses to serve it in.
Yes.
And then you could just, it balances out
Now-
the lead, it just cancels
Now
out
the
the
health
radiation.
department's going to show up tomorrow. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
I think that's a good idea, though. I think
No, it'll be a couple weeks. This won't air until the
when I make a beer that I particularly like on tap, like I think I'm gonna start like naming it things like that, like asbestos stout, or so people are like, what's this? I'm like, oh, you don't want that. It's got asbestos in it.
That's the asbestos.
That's I love the
My doctor recommended it. I've got a very spicy colon, I guess.
I think it's the name, like unicorn farts. I mean, you could go like what Medusa's piss or something. You know?
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah.
I love the
Something
thing
unique and
a lot of
different.
people do around hunting season. You'll see it on the social media sites when they're taking like the bagged hamburger and labeling it, but it's all the reindeer,
roadkill
Santa's reindeer
or-
names.
Dasher, dancer.
So I took a little more just to double check.
That's what I did.
This isn't a beer I would buy though.
No, are we getting close to the bottom?
I think if I got this on
We
tap,
will after this.
yeah, I'll take just a skosh. I got a lot of beers to drink
Take a
today.
little more and then I'll.
Yeah, go ahead and finish this off there.
It's like I'm looking through it, hoping to see.
I
it
see.
another-
I'm
I'm
actually shaking it.
I've seen 3 or 4 sparkles, but nothing to.
Oh, that's the twinkle in your eye. What are you talking
That could be it.
We're all holding our glasses up to the light trying to find gold flakes right now.
I just want some random person to walk back and go, "What the fuck are they
Trying to
doing?"
hit the big vein
I don't think anyone
like
would
a
be
prospector. There's gold in this there glass.
surprised. There's gold in them there beers.
I almost wonder if I pour this in water to dilute the color.
That's
if I
what
would
that's what
see-
he was going to do. He was
yeah.
going to rinse out the can. Did you watch the movie The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
Yeah, when it came out.
Yeah, the gold prospector played by Tom Waits. I'm a big Tom Waits fan. So when I heard that he was in that movie, I'm like, I have to watch this. And like, I won't. I mean, it's been out for a while, so I don't want to ruin it. But it's like a telling of several different stories, you know, in the Wild West, and they were all kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Except the prospector, Tom Waits, you know, because despite what happened to him, you know, I think his story was positive, and I loved him and his mule, like the way he talked to that old mule. Mm-hmm. But that was a fun movie. I do recommend it, mostly because Tom Waits is in it, and if Tom Waits is in it, it has to be good.
That's true. That's can be said absolutely about my one of my favorite movies of all time, which I think is one of Tom Waits' most pivotal performances, was when he was
Look at that right
Dr.
there.
Heller in Mystery Men.
Yes. Yep. He was in Mystery Men.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, it's just
that right
yeast.
there?
It's
Nothing.
yeast.
There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in
No,
there.
no. I
no
shook the
sparkle.
shit out of the can. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's no sparkles in
I
this.
seriously wonder if that's mislabeled.
God, you know, Mystery Men. I haven't seen that in forever. I remember I saw it on like Netflix or something, and I'm like, this is a good movie.
It's
Is Mystery Men the one with the bowling ball?
yes.
Yep.
Bowling ball.
Yeah.
It's got Ben Stiller in it.
Carmine the
and-
Bowler.
Yep, and a bunch of other famous people.
Janine
The shoveler.
William H. Macy,
Yep.
Paul Rubens.
I remember that came out a long time ago.
R.I.P. Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
You know,
So Daryl,
the real one.
Did you notice diluted is actually
Greg
tastes
Kinnear,
better?
I think, was in it. Wasn't Greg Kinnear in it, or am I? No, who's that?
guess so.
Was he Captain Amazing? Why can't I?
I'm
think
really bad with actors.
I'm
like
trying
names.
to think of who. It might have been Greg Kinnear in there.
Now, if we were talking about porn stars, you'd have them down. Like
Absolutely.
Hey, those are actors too.
first one of the day.
At least you only spilled water.
Yeah, it's just water.
Water mixed
Yeah.
with beer, I guess. Yeah, we were trying
As
desperately.
flushed, it doesn't count.
We were trying desperately to actually see the. That's why you have sleeves to clean up water.
Freaking Sleevey Wonder over here. Clean up.
So that is a polyester hoodie, as you can tell by its lack of
I was gonna
absorbability.
say, all you did was spread it around.
Yeah, we were trying desperately to find the gold
Or
flecks in this
polyblend.
by diluting it and looking at it, and I think
Yeah,
It didn't work.
I think
whatever
John's
was
just
on
high.
the bottom of
Yeah,
this
I
can,
might
there
have
was
been.
nothing there.
The only crystals that I see are the meth that I had
Yeah.
before.
Why didn't you share it?
yeah,
Oh,
You
you
guys
guys
didn't
with
ask.
the Heisenberg, eh?
Yeah.
yeah. We should next is the meth podcast. Trying artisanal meth from around the country.
You know, I was thinking too. We're called High Gravity, and we've only been doing beer, which is great and I love. But
We do meats and wine, a couple wines.
we should do like a bourbon episode.
I'm for it. We
like
we
bourbon.
have a loose plane for that.
I thought you were
too.
gonna go the other route,
Meth.
the high part of high gravity.
Yeah.
Like, we should do.
Today we're doing
PCP.
cocaine.
On today's episode, ketamine drips. What's your
How to purchase product without getting caught. Yeah. What to do if you find yourself involved in a sting operation.
Right.
And this is my notice that I am now done with high gravity.
There's a lot of drugs out there I haven't tried. I think maybe he's onto something.
He might be on this.
Yeah, there's a lot of drugs I haven't tried too.
You guys want to do
friendly
some?
atmosphere, like we're no judgments. So
You guys want to do some jankum? Let's make some
I haven't even
jankum.
heard of that one.
you don't want to. You don't need to.
I kind of want to know now.
You can make it yourself.
Yeah, you can.
I'm a DIY kind of guy.
All right. Well, maybe I should explain it to you off air. I don't think I should give those instructions on
no.
it.
That's Patreon content.
Yeah.
That's not
Subscribe
like,
to Patreon where we teach you how to make jankum.
that's not like something I need a funnel and a friend to hold it for me or something, is it?
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're onto it.
I'm
You're-
out. I'm
you're-
out.
you're-
I don't want to. We're done.
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Back to beer.
Back to jankum.
This is one of those weird points where Johnny's reeling it back in. Let's get back to beer.
I was just going like bourbon or something. Not that.
Speaking of
extreme.
fermenting
yeah.
things, let's get back to beer.
Man, that's that jankum. That's a shitty situation.
If you can't put the
Leroy
pieces
Ja- oh,
together
that's
by now, that's on you.
I tried. That's all I'm saying is I tried.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
No,
That
we're
was
not. No, we're not.
that was a good deviation.
Yes.
We've had one beer and the show's already devolved to this. What the hell?
I'll wait till the actual bottle share today.
Oh, I know.
gonna
It's
be
going to be
exciting.
fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited to share some Dark Lords with some of our listeners since I talk about it and proselytize it so much that it's good to finally share some with people.
Well, I know we have 15 people currently signed up,
Nice.
and I've heard about 5 or 6 people have called already to make sure we still have tickets
Yeah,
available.
I texted
I've
a
talked
couple
to a
people.
few people over the week and sent some Facebook invites
We're
out,
going to
too.
quit a bit. The one thing I'm hoping for is that we have homebrew stuff coming in.
Yeah.
I brought homebrew.
I'm excited because
know-
while I like the commercialized stuff, homebrews are always amazing.
I almost brought a pale ale that I made like a long time ago, but it's like I don't want to bring it because I don't think it's going to still be good.
Pale ales don't stand up to the test of time.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting.
and then you definitely would be judged for your brewing skills.
Oh, that's fine. I have much better stuff I could have brought, but I'm out. I mean, I've brought it already. Like I brought that Braggot a while back, and I've only had like 3 of those since I made it. I really need to start drinking that stuff.
I'll say it too. I like these little glasses.
Yeah, these
They're
are
cool.
fancy.
They are pretty sweet.
So we have little 5-ounce glasses with the logo of Starr Craft Brewery on it.
Yeah,
for the
that'll be-
bottle share today.
That'll be fun for people to take home after
hell yeah.
the little treat.
I was going to try and do the high gravity logo, but we have so many colors. I couldn't do one color. It would just
Oh.
look weird.
Yeah, like a gray scale type
Yeah.
of thing, a gold scale.
So maybe next time.
We'll figure that out.
And now, a word from Carol.
Starting out like that? Wow.
Just put it in.
When you're
Yep.
you're hot, right?
Yeah, just put it in, slide it on, force it in if you need to.
So whenever you're ready, because
We're rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I have stories.
Excellent.
I have stories. It's so much fun raising 3 daughters, right? So the first one kind of leads the way. Oh, you do know. Yes. Well, your
I'm
time
still
is.
learning.
We've heard a few
you're-
I mean,
you're
I'm in there,
learning.
yes,
Yes,
learning.
you're learning. It's going to get interesting.
I got nothing to know on, so please teach.
So the eldest, whose name I said I wouldn't mention, but we all know.
But everyone knows who it is. Poison
Who-
Ivy girl.
Yeah, we know the Poison Ivy girl. Yes, and she's been on here before. Anyway, so she decided she was not going to keep her curfews ever, even though she was old enough to go out and about. But I was worried because you want to make sure they have a designated driver when they're out, right? So she would get home late, and she even on weeknights because this was summer, she was not working a full-time job at the time. So she had all this time to run around. I was losing sleep and I couldn't take it anymore. So I said to her, okay, let's make this deal. I'm going to bed. I can't sit up and wait for you to come home at all hours of the night because I get up really early. I want you to come home and I want you to come and come and give me a kiss on the cheek and so I'll be half asleep or whatever. I know you're home and you're home safe. So one night she came and she did that. She would do that really well. And she came home one night and she went to go kiss me on the cheek, but I smelled vodka. And I don't know how she got home, if she did follow the rule of make sure she wasn't driving. So I smelled this vodka and I go, oh, I smell vodka. And she said, well, Mom, they have this new mint out and it's a vodka mint. Oh.
It's mint flavored vodka.
Mint,
Duh.
Yes. So these are these mints. And I said, oh my gosh, that sounds really great. I would love to get some of those. Where can I get them? Well, they're really hard to find. Really hard to find. Well, okay, well, so anyway, I don't know how many years down the road, I never told her that I didn't buy that stupid story that she told me. So it was like, let's say 5-6 years ago, we had girls' night sitting around, whatever, and we were telling stories from the past. And one of her sisters brought up this vodka thing, and I start laughing, and I said, yeah, your vodka mints, really? Lindsay, you thought that was really going to buy, that I thought that was for real? She goes, Mom, but you believed it. I said, joke's on you, girl, because I didn't believe a word of it. This girl really thought me. Let's have another one. Yeah, she really thought I believed that crap. So that was one of the girls. Okay, we're going to leave it at that.
So I just looked it up.
You have a question, yeah?
I just looked it up. I could not find mint-flavored vodka mints anywhere.
Yeah.
So debuting next year, Daryl'sDildos.com.
Oh, you're gonna create them.
I gotta save people
There's a-
now.
Project for you.
This is like an ingenious idea.
Yes,
Sir, have you been drinking? No, I was eating vodka mints. I'm not drunk, officer. Just the vodka mints.
There you go.
I also feel like I'm echoing less. Maybe I'm talking very quiet.
Like I said, you and I, we got to get these ones. We got to get
well, that's why I'm
almost
talking quiet.
in your mouth.
Yeah, you're full NPR right now.
What do we have next?
That's nice.
And welcome to another NPR Tiny.
All things considered.
Consider this: can 4 men drink 7 beers in 30 minutes?
You've seen me drink, bro. I can do that in probably like 2.
Can one Johnny drink 7 beers in 30 minutes? So on to our next beer, since the last one's empty and lacked gold dust. I feel like it was only disappointing in the capacity that it didn't have gold in it.
Yeah, it did not taste bad.
No, it tasted good, but
Little
it was
misleading in the taste and definitely heavily misleading in the presentation.
Yeah.
But it still sounds cool.
It does. I would drink it again. I would like to see like maybe a fresher can.
Mostly because we forget. I'm like, unicorn fart? Wow, that looks amazing.
So the next one is from our old friends at Oddside. They have really not let us down very often here. This one is called Praline, and the can's pretty cool. Like it's like a black can with like some like very like caramely colors on the front. But it's an imperial porter with natural hazelnut flavoring. So I guess that means they're not using real nuts in it. This is not like hazelnuts.
Thing. Not like teabagged.
No. Well,
Good.
maybe you're onto something.
Say praline. She sounds hot.
Put that one down.
I saw your face and I thought, because the first thing popped into my head was praline, 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 praline.
We're gonna get copyright struck for singing.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's my song.
He's
I
a
wrote that.
musician. That is his interpretation.
That's interpretation. Yeah.
But it's still their song.
So praline.
But he didn't use the word.
Happiness never decreases by being shared. 8.25% alcohol. So it wants us to drink these cans individually, I guess. It doesn't. Happiness never decreases by being
So
shared.
we should have at least one of these for the bottle share because happiness is
we should share
sharing.
it. Brewed in
sharing
cans
is
by
caring.
Oddside, Grand Haven, Michigan.
What the fuck happened to this show, man?
There's no description on this can, so we're just going for it. Full send.
All right. That's a good crack. The cracks are good in here today, boys.
It's the echo.
It's the echo. It's the uber sensitive mics.
Yeah, it's nice.
And again, a quick shout out and thank you to Mr. BJ Perry for the use of these microphones. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, sir. Hopefully, I'll have my own by the next time.
This
so
is
I
a
don't keep borrowing them.
3-letter
This one's a
smell.
I like the smell. It's what I can smell of it.
So you would rate it higher than a 3-word description?
Yeah, I was gonna.
That's like 4 or 5.
I was somewhere between a huh and a hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does kind of smell nutty. I do get a little nuttiness on the aroma.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Interesting.
Smells a little sweeter. It definitely smells like hazelnut.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste good.
What?
It's kind of.
Maybe that's why it's better being shared.
Yeah. You have to drink less of this beer.
No one wants to drink one of these by themselves, so you
know
must
what?
share it.
It's not that it's bad. It's just that fake syrup hazelnut. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Yeah.
it's just really kind of lacking. I know it's a porter, so it should be a little lighter, but I feel like with porters, whenever they start to get past like 6%, I always get a little skeptical.
I don't like the description on here. Yes, I will send this back to you. But it says Imperial Porter with natural hazelnut flavoring. When it says, like, that sounds like something you'd find on a bag of chips, you know, like natural flavoring, red dye number 5. Like, it just doesn't sound
But
real.
I will give some defense to them because some of the stuff on the bottles are government regulated.
Yeah.
And you have to have it no matter what because it has a certain product in it. Like, we don't care. It has to say this.
Yeah, okay.
So, to
just
their defense, they
fair
did
enough.
come up with that wording, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it definitely doesn't make it sound like it's brewed. It makes it sound like they went and got a hazelnut packet and opened that up and poured it in, you know?
Well, I mean, for an example, I have the Richmond Red, which is an Irish amber. And we've been working on the label for bottling this. And we sent it to state for approval, and it wouldn't get approved because it said Irish amber on there. And people would mistake that it was made in Ireland.
What?
And not at our brewery.
So you got to
I'm
get
not allowed to
Irish
say-
style or something?
I have to either say Irish style or just amber.
Wow.
The way they make me write it, even though it is an Irish amber.
Irish ambers are not Irish ambers unless they're from the Irish amber region of Ireland.
It's true.
Sure. What if it's all the grains from them?
Oh, well,
See, I mean,
was
come
it
on.
brewed there? And I mean,
you have the
champagne is
water
not
from there?
champagne.
Yeah.
Unless it comes from Champagne. Unless it comes from Lake Champlain.
That's the kind of thing with the cheese world. That's a little bit different, but same concept.
Sounds cheesy.
Cheese.
Yeah,
There
I
it
love.
is.
Yeah, cheese.
There it is, the dad joke of the day.
I still want to try that maggot-made cheese one day, though.
Brought to you by
watch your language.
Daryl'sDildos.com.
I don't want cheese from Daryl'sDildos.com.
That's a different kind of cheese. We should start having like a little charcuterie board for when we do this, so we can be bougie. Like
was that?
pear charcuterie
What
with
was
our
that we were
beers.
talking about last? You and I were talking to them. They're talking about bringing up. Was that
Let's put a pin in
about
charcuterie. I
smoked
have
meats?
something
They're
to
talking
ask
about bringing up.
Oh yeah.
Or was that you?
I don't know.
Someone was talking about doing like a charcuterie for this, but it was like all smoked meats and stuff.
That's not a bad idea.
Who the hell was that?
Why is every
Why
charcuterie
can't
board
I
have
remember?
dates on it?
Dude,
if I
we had
know.
a
Isn't that
beer.
weird?
We had a
Yeah.
beer that referenced like bacon wrapped goat cheese stuffed dates as like the pairing, and I'm like, fuck,
That's
okay.
oddly
Where do you get
specific.
that? Yeah, like
I guess you make your own. Like, well, I bought this beer at the store, but it says I should pair it with goat cheese stuffed dates wrapped in bacon. Well, I guess we're gonna have to make that.
I'm gonna need goats, pigs, and
God forbid
whatever
I
the
just
hell
drink
grows
a
on
beer.
is
dates.
dates just like the fancy? That's the fancy nut fruit thing. Like that's the whole. Because
just-
anytime I think of dates, I just think of Indiana Jones, and then he catches these bad dates, and the monkey's dead, and that's the only reference I have to dates. I don't know what they are.
I don't. I always
I can
thought
never
of them
remember.
like ever since I was a kid. I remember I had this like Sesame Street book, and like it talked about like eating dates with cheese, and I remember thinking like, the fuck's a date? And
Yeah.
even in my old age, I've had things with
We
dates
have
in
to
them.
go back to like kindergarten. I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Those are dates.
7th,
That's a
8th.
date.
I think of dates. I'm thinking, wait, I can actually get someone to go out with me. Shit.
Yeah, it's a dried fruit.
Wait, you can buy dates? All right, I'm in. Let's
Yeah.
go. How much do these cost?
I mean, I
Which
knew about
country
I knew about the Russian brides. I didn't know about dates, though. Shit.
Which country has the best dates?
Yeah, I guess I've
Is
never
the Isle of
gone on my way
Lesbos
to
an
have
option?
one. I didn't know you were Lebanese, Johnny.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, that beer was not my favorite.
I've had worse.
I've definitely had worse, but that one was one of the few that the second it touched my lips, I was
Yeah.
like, nah.
Yeah,
Usually I can work around. I don't know. Something just tasted off about that, which is odd, no pun intended, because if you guys go back to my previous episode, because I know you're all such giant fans that have been listening to this for over a year, you'll remember.
I'm sorry.
Fun fact about me, Mayan Mocha was my favorite beer of all time, and we talked about that, which is an odd side ale or odd side beer. So this is a rare miss from them, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah,
Their
they
beer's
make
always
some of their
good.
stuff.
I think
that they
Daryl's got a
make
shit
is-
or something. He just took
Yeah, he
off
took
like a
off.
bat
Unless
out
he's
of
got
hell,
Mayan Mocha,
man.
and if he does, I'm gonna kiss him right on the mouth.
he does. I know he does.
Oh, that guy
I'll do-
weird.
yeah,
what?
well-
Seriously, what the fuck happened to this show?
I don't know, but I'm gonna kiss him on the mouth for the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon to see some really gay shit.
It's patreon.com/high gravity. Holy shit.
That's an imperial.
Well, that's an
Mayan
imperial.
mocha
That's
stout.
the
like
good.
steps above the
That's
regular.
the good.
I'm pretty sure we did this one already, didn't we?
Probably.
I don't
You
know.
guys did because I believe when we were talking last time, I think you had done it like a week or two before.
Nice.
Like I remember we were talking about it and I had just missed it. But yeah, we should crack this back.
So if the regular was going to get him a kiss, what's the imperial going to get him?
That is actually past Patreon. That's OnlyFans content.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I don't know if I want to moderate that one.
So I went and grabbed, because we had one in the back room. It's the odd size bourbon barrel aged Imperial Mayan.
Hey, it's actually the front room right now,
AKA
right?
the nectar of the gods.
I mean, we're in the back. That's the front room now.
There is
not a
So
back
that's
room.
all
kind-
sorts of
so
shit
I actually
in
kind
this
of went to
one.
the taint. If that's the front, this is the back.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the taint.
All right,
was in
that's
the-
fair. That's fair.
He was in the Jungle Bridge.
Right in the gooch.
Yeah, right in the gooch.
Using the corner of my shirt
This is
to
the
clean
first
all the dust
episode
out
of
of
the
this.
day.
Does that mean we're in the butthole?
Aw.
My favorite place to be.
If you play your cards right.
If we drink enough of this odd side ale.
Sorry, I didn't actually read the description. I know we've gone over this one before, but this is bourbon barrel aged Imperial Mayan mocha stout. It's a bourbon barrel aged Imperial stout with coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, and habaneros.
I was in. I'm still going to do it.
Inspired by Mexican hot chocolate, it is carefully blended with Dutch chocolate coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, and habaneros, which will leave you with the perfect balance of chocolate and heat at 11% ABV.
Now I
trying
have
to
to
think-
say that is accurate.
I'm trying to think back, though. If I remember when we did this, it wasn't as spicy as the actual Mayan mocha.
So I think you're right. The bourbon barrel one is definitely milder in my opinion than just the normal.
Does smell really good.
Thinking back, I do remember that.
But my goodness, this
You
is
get
a special treat there.
All the,
Thank you very
the
much.
chocolate and the spices on the nose is really nice. It smells
it's like-
warm baked like holiday dessert.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like when you go into someone's house and it's like starting to smell like Christmas. This is what this beer is.
Yeah.
And that taste is like I get like a warm hot chocolate with cinnamon on the finish. Like that's fantastic.
It tastes like it ain't the taint.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry, I just had to throw that out there now.
I get like the nice chocolatey, like
Yeah.
the spicy. It almost has like
Also
kind of like a
so
raisin
Yeah,
characteristic
that
to it.
habanero, it must have mellowed out in the barrel because this blends
Yeah, you
so
get- you get
well.
just
with
a
It
little bit
does.
on the back.
It does. So like the
kind of like cinnamon to me. Is what it
yes,
tastes like.
and then where the original one is more of like if you've had like Dragon Mead's like Ring of Fire, where you have that actual burn, that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
the original one is. Whereas this one is more like I would say
Mellowed version.
this is
milder
more of a
version.
spice, where the other one is more of an actual pepper. That's what it kind of tastes like.
That's what I like. Like everybody raves about, Frank's versus Tabasco.
Right.
Both garbage.
Tabasco is more of a seasoning. Frank's is a sauce.
Right.
That's what I found is the difference. So if you're cooking with something you want a little heat, Tabasco. If you want a little bit more depth,
Dude,
of
we don't want
character,
your-
I
You
mean,
said heat.
yeah, Frank's still
There's no
sucks,
heat
but-
on
No, it's
Frank's or
garbage.
Tabasco.
I know what we're. I know.
Tabasco.
Well, we get it. Daryl is the king of
No, not
hot
me.
sauces.
Me and,
This guy right
Yeah, I was
here.
gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
you're.
Daryl and I are real men. We eat hot sauce.
I would be.
Hey, I
interested.
ate it too, motherfuckers.
That
So
was
we
funny.
did. Yeah, you guys.
And in fact, I only had the hottest.
So since we're kind of dealing with a little bit of a peppery drink right now, we can kind
no,
of recap.
no, I know where you're going.
No, we can't
No,
go.
we're
on
not
that.
doing more hot sauces.
No, no,
today.
no, 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 no.
Fuck no.
No. I was just
do that
saying.
again.
So like, yeah, I remember you guys doing your hot ones challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl's been to my hot ones challenge that we do at my cousin's house.
Nice.
We did do it this year, and
I wasn't invited. I'm hurt.
I did. No, I think you were invited,
I
weren't
wasn't
you?
invited.
Oh, well, it took a hiatus for a little while, and then we kind of started bringing it slowly back. So this last year, it was one of those where I had it, like everything, like today, like yesterday, I have a second commitment to do later. So it was one of those where I had to start power eating through like the last few of them, which to
boy.
me, like, I think that's actually an easier way to do it because
Yes.
you're already hot, and
Yep,
then you're
don't
just
take the break in
accelerating
between.
the hotness.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, he did not do the bomb this year.
Aw,
Good. That sucks.
that was
It does
amazing.
suck, but that is the
so-
point.
that's one I
First of
did
all,
like.
you're lying to my face. It is not good. It's
I liked
okay.
it. I liked it. And Mike
No one
Scalisi liked
likes
it
it.
too. Mike and I were talking about it last night. That was still a
Well,
fantastic sauce.
they
First
they
of all,
said
it's
on the
not
bottle.
a sauce. Back to what you were saying earlier. It is
Yeah.
not a sauce.
No, it's
an
nuclear waste.
extract.
Yeah, it was
It's an
delicious.
extract.
It was
It's-
fantastic.
No.
Yes.
That
It's
they,
one drop in 10 gallons
Wait,
of chili.
let's
That's
take a
what
vote.
it is.
All in favor of it, say yay.
Yay.
Well, the nays have it.
I'm in favor of it because I like
Hey,
to watch people torture themselves with it.
I didn't hear any nays there, so.
That's the point of the sauce, though, right? I think that's why
it's
why
a-
Hot Ones has kept it on every
It's
season.
a novelty, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think to this day, I've had a lot of different ones that I would say rival it as far as heat, as far as staying power.
Yeah.
But nothing tastes quite as terrible as
Battery acid.
So
it's battery acid.
There
It's
was
like
a guy.
bile and battery acid.
It must have been one of those sauce packs. So where I used to work, somebody for Christmas got a hot sauce pack, Kyle, and he brought it in and he left it in the lunchroom break table. So everybody was going through it, and there were a few of us that were going, hell yeah, going for some spicy stuff. And there was like a hot garlic one.
Okay.
Oh, I destroyed that bottle. It was so good. But I like garlic. And everyone else was like, no, that's too much. It's too strong. I'm like, nah, what the hell are you talking about? It's like hot garlic. It's amazing.
I feel the way about sriracha a lot. Sometimes I'm just like, this is too garlicky.
So I'm gonna
No such word. No such word.
My other cousin that actually lives out here, she started just messing with like hot peppers, doing a bunch of that stuff a couple years ago. She makes a fantastic hot mustard, and then she just started. I wish she would like start. Right now, it's just like only the family gets it kind of deal. And there's people where I'm like, everybody I give this stuff to, whether it's she does barbecue sauces, this hot mustard is a huge hit. But then she does, it's like called Heidi's Hellfire, and it's like literally a hot pepper or like a really, really hot habanero sauce or ghost pepper sauce rather. And I gave it to my cousin Matt, the one that does the hot sauce ones. And I'm like, hey man, try this out. Let me know what you think. You're like the hot sauce connoisseur around here. And
Yeah.
he just texted me in all caps like a boomer. And he was just like, he's just like, good Lord, dude, this thing's got some kick to it. So,
So,
shout out to Heidi. Like, that thing's cool.
Let me know. I'll make you a batch of my Apocalypse Scorpion sauce.
I wanna
next
try
time
it.
you want that because
Yes.
that's the I've eaten a lot of hot peppers many
Have I had
times.
that one?
Yeah, that's what I put in the Triple X hot honey.
Oh, yeah.
But we did eat the pepper raw.
What was that bottle you gave me with the seeds that we couldn't squirt it out because the seeds kept sticking in it?
Oh, I
Chunky
think
boy.
that one was the just like the crushed red pepper sauce. That one was an experiment.
Okay.
So
But the Apocalypse Scorpion, it's by far the hottest pepper I've ever eaten, and
Okay.
I've got a giant tub of them frozen,
Nice.
and I make sauce out of it, and it's pretty vulgar.
I would love to let me know. We'll do a thing with, I'll bring my cousin up here and we'll try something.
Okay.
Because
Yep,
I'm going to be sick that day.
I'll bring. I mean, really, we just put it in a little bit of butter and toss the wings in it, and that's it.
okay. Yeah, I'd be down to try a wing.
No, it'll get you there.
Well, and I know we got to get back to Pierce, but on this,
No, we have the third element we have to fulfill of the show.
The bullshit.
So, yeah.
yes, that fair enough.
We're good for
but
now.
I especially, Daryl can attest to this because he was at one of the Hot Ones challenge that we did with me. The bomb, or I wish I could remember the one we did last year or this last time because I would say it's very comparable to the bomb. It didn't taste as bad, but it definitely had that spiciness, that kick to it, all that kind of stuff. But I would say that the bomb and then like anything that rivals that to me is debilitating for a while.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I have to walk around. I have
The
to walk
adrenaline.
it off. I'm spitting.
All the adrenaline. Yep.
You're literally
that white tunnel.
You're borderline hallucinating.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like your vision is you're losing your peripheral vision on some of this stuff. And then of course Daryl's just sitting there being like, "Oh, that was decent." And
Yeah,
I look like I got pepper sprayed. And
The
then
only time that ever happened to me was when I ate
used to
the
being pepper
Apocalypse
sprayed.
Scorpion.
Right.
I ate a piece of it, about that big. It's hard to describe. About the size of a pea. I ate that piece and I couldn't talk for like 2 minutes because every time you opened your mouth, it made it worse. It's the only time I've ever got
Yes.
that kind of like white tunnel.
yeah, and then like any of that when air hurts, like
Yeah.
you get to the
Yeah, you
point
don't
where
wanna
breathing
talk.
in, you don't
Shut
want
up.
to talk or move or anything. You're
Well, I
like,
think that
I've never
was
experienced that
3
one.
years ago. when
that
I
sounds
went to
about right
event.
because I think we missed
And
it. a
I
couple
only
years.
knew like 2 or 3 people that were there.
Yeah.
So, and there was 50 plus people there.
Yeah.
There was
Wow.
It's a
lot
big
of people
event,
that were
yeah.
there. And so I'm sitting at a table the first time eating, just talking, meeting new people. By the time we got to the last one, I just kept moving around throughout the day. By the time we got to the last one, ended up at a table where I knew nobody. And they're looking at like, we don't want to do this. I don't remember what the last one was.
I think the last one was
Was it
the
the
bomb
bomb?
that year. Yeah, that's usually how he ran it.
Because the last one, everyone was looking like, we don't want to try this. Let's let the new guy try it. I'm like, okay.
well,
Didn't even realize
little
what
do they know.
That's
right.
not that bad.
So I take it off, eat it, chew, and they're all watching me. I say, how is this? It's not bad at all. It tastes like shit, but it's not bad.
That's the funniest
so
thing.
then,
yeah.
Goading a bunch of people into taking big bites.
I've been that guy.
So then
I
they
love
take
it.
a bite, and I'm watching them, and everyone's like on the ground, spinning around. I'm looking at the yard. Everyone's laying down. They're walking around. They're passing out. I'm
I
like,
wish he was
what the
exaggerating. He's
hell is
not.
going
That's
on?
awesome.
I'm one of those people. I'm literally like, I will walk. I know the only time I'm near my cousin's shed, which is in the back of their yard, is when I'm pacing around it because I have to walk away from like the entire thing. And I'm just back there. But I will say this year, what killed me is that I did it with like my cousins do it very well. They do the 10 hot sauces. They come out, they give a description, they put a wing on everybody's thing, and then you eat the wing all at the same time. And then they also have like palate cleansers for in between everything. So they have sugar, they have vegetables, they have fruits, they have milk, all this kind of stuff. So like everybody kind of goes down to the
milk's
baseline.
Oh yeah, you don't
Milk
want
is
want to reset.
But
Keep
you
the
go
burn
down
going.
to the baseline, and
Keep
that's
the
what
burn
I do.
going.
I go, like now my
Salty
challenge
shit. Keep
is
making it worse.
right now. My challenge is trying to just ride it out. I'm like, I'm not taking any sort of. I'm
So you
just
just
drinking
put water
beer.
at the tables,
Yeah,
then.
I'm just drinking beer through the whole
Water
thing.
doesn't even help. You're
I
better
know.
off
That's the
not
point.
drinking
That's the
water.
point.
Well, that was when we did the bomb. I had to get up to get water, and everyone's like, "Oh, but people are like water doesn't help." And I'm like, "Who are you talking to?" Like, I know how to eat hot food. I'm like, I was like, I need to rinse the flavor of battery acid out of my mouth.
Well, and that's what screwed me up on the first time that I ever did it was I was like, okay, after you get to the 5th or 6th one, they start getting hot. So I'm like, okay, I'll just start drinking milk. It's like, you don't need, and then by the time I get to the 8th one, I'm like, why am I swallowing the milk? Now I'm just full of milk.
And hot sauce.
That's not a
Hot
curdle
sauce.
or
It
something.
was horrible. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Especially if you're in any way, shape, or form lactose sensitive, because
It's just, yeah. I mean, the next day was horrific, but it's just like
But it's not about the milk. It's about the fat.
yep,
So
Yeah.
you could use coconut oil.
that's what
The
I
fat
do.
is
Exactly.
I've used
Yeah.
coffee creamer. So
Yep.
I
I switch
mentioned
coconut
this
oil.
earlier. You mentioned a female friend who makes hot sauce. My friend Ashley does. She makes some fantastic hot sauce. But we did this at the bar one night, and it was like I'm tearing up. It's burning so bad.
Yeah.
And it was Shayna at Chaps at the time, Commercial House now. Like, do you have any milk? She goes, we're out. I'm like, chocolate milk, coffee creamer, butter. I don't care.
Yeah, I just need something with
So she
dairy.
brought me half a glass of coffee creamer, and I'm sitting there tearing eyes up, chugging fucking coffee creamer.
That's funny because
It worked,
Shayna and Heidi know each other pretty well.
That's awesome.
There's like a brother. Shayna's brother is like friends with
And she's my neighbor.
Heidi's. Whatever. Yeah, it's
Those
weird.
couple houses
Nice.
down from me.
So
No,
we,
I love how I say that's weird, but it's Richmond and everybody knows
Yes,
everybody.
yeah, it's a very small town.
we have another beer here that
Yeah, one less
I
beer.
am and I am not excited to try. I'm not expecting great things from this beer.
Me neither.
I am excited because of
It's a light
who
beer.
sponsors it, I guess.
So this is
And he
some
was here in Richmond.
right across the street.
Yep, and a ton of people came out to see him. And he was extremely nice, talked to everybody.
This one's for all the.
The only thing I want to say, we probably should have started with this because this is a
No,
light
no, no.
beer?
I
Oh,
always
really?
I always do my light beers at the end.
Oh.
because
You should have for taste, but we wanted a palate cleanser to rinse because we're
Yeah,
not
palate
expecting
cleanser.
this to be great.
I have a question though.
It's a
All right,
commercialized
that's fair.
beer.
That's fair.
Shouldn't we, in honor, shouldn't we be like shotgunning this or something? like,
no, it's not. It's not Stone Cold.
I will.
This is
I'll
not.
do it.
This is not a Stone Cold Steve Austin beer.
fair enough.
I will do it though.
But then
I mean,
again-
if we want to, I will. I'll step over there and do it right now.
Whether this beer is good or bad, if it's really bad, I'm not going to talk shit about it. Just
I will.
because
Yeah,
like
you don't
the
want to
guy.
get hit with those 26-inch
Yeah,
pythons, brother.
I don't want him. To
I'd be okay
slam
getting
me on the
knocked out
table.
by him. I've never been knocked out, but I
If-
mean, that'd be a cool story.
if you haven't
Just someone take
gotten the,
pictures for the
Hey, brother.
Facebook.
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten the
Hold on,
the
brother.
social references, the context here, this is something from this one's for all the Hulkamaniacs out there. It's from the Hulkster himself.
Hell yeah.
We have the real American beer.
From Terry.
Proudly serving the real American spirit. And this is a 4.3%, 4.2. Wow, the printing on this is shit. 4.2% alcohol by volume. Read the description here, which is also hard to read. America's at its best when we're united. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's the simple pleasures of sharing a beer. That's why we started a real American beer, to bring people together one beer at a time. Signed by Hulk Hogan. Oh, yeah.
That sounds like one of those. That's how it feels to drive an
Right.
Ford
I was
F-250.
gonna say,
That's how it feels to drink a real American
you did,
beer.
what's his name from Big Lebowski. Why can't I? The guy with the mustache. Coors, the banquet beer. Sam
Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, see, if Sam Elliott released a real American beer, I'd drink the fuck
See,
out of
I
that.
could see him doing like a fine bourbon or whiskey or maybe a gin or something.
Also, the comment on the printing, like you said before, the Hulkster on here looks like Street Fighter graphics.
Dude, yeah. I was thinking Double Dragon NES.
Yes,
graphics.
yes.
Like,
Oh, that would
it's
have been
very
8-bit.
bad.
That's better than 8-bit right there.
Barely.
That's like 8.5-bit.
I would say 8-bit cutscene.
Yeah.
that
graphics.
popped open like when you open one of them real
And a
cheap
shout
beers.
out to Chuck because
I
he
was gonna
dropped these
say,
beers
yeah.
off
So
for us.
our sponsorship on this, much appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Chuck, sir.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
he was supposed to be here today. What the hell? Where are you at, bro? Not that it's gonna matter now.
You know what? I rinsed my glass twice, and
want a big pour on
I
it.
kind of get that lager smell, but mostly I'm still getting like sweet praline from the last praline. It's really hard to get aroma on this one.
It's got a very clean nose. I also rinsed the shit out of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's much aroma.
There is, but it's like, it kind of smells like,
You know,
what do we need?
I don't know what happened.
You just said
Yeah,
when he
it's-
walked in, he
it's
wanted
too
to
late.
do.
The moment is gone.
No, we lost
fuck
the
it.
moment.
Oh, I didn't see him walk in.
I was gonna say,
Well, what the hell? You're terribly.
it smells like Coors that have been left in the back, like in the trunk of a 2002 Ford Taurus, just rolling around for a while.
That's oddly specific, but yes.
So I will say I'm extremely happy I got to taste this.
It's not as bad as I was expecting, and I kind of
Honestly-
still want a shotgun one just for the hell.
Great
Well,
color.
there's two
great
left
clarity.
here. I'll do one with you.
Great color, great clarity.
Is Daryl okay with that?
It's very lagery.
What?
If we should step over here and shotgun him?
I don't care if we shotgun a beer.
Excellent.
Okay.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it inside the brewery.
Oh, I was gonna do it right over there right now. I got my knife out and everything.
I got to be honest with
We're
you.
not in the brewery right now. You're fine.
If
That's
it
true.
was,
True.
if it was a little colder,
I had it in the cooler.
I mean, but like lager, ice cold.
Dude, I'm not mad at it though. I
No,
gotta
I'm
be
not
honest
upset.
with you.
I'm not upset.
It's not a Bud Light.
100%.
It does taste better than a Bud. It has more taste than a Bud Light.
I
It's
would
just
yeah,
say
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
very, very light taste. But if you're out on the boat or you're out after mowing the lawn and you've got some ice cold fucking Hulkamaniacs in the fridge, like you're not going to be upset.
I'm really
tastes
not
like-
mad at this. I would take this over Kid Rock one.
1,000%.
Oh, that's a tough
1,000%.
one.
I like it
That's a
better
tough
than
one.
badass
See, this
beer.
is I
If
wanted
you
to bring
added-
this up.
Yeah,
Badass beer is like it's
like
like bad
badass, though.
Budweiser, but this is like
haven't had
Badweiser,
it.
if you will.
If bad. Oh,
I
this
haven't
is
had
like
it in a
Coors Light
while.
Light.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in a while, in all fairness, but I remember
I don't think they
being
make it
very good.
anymore.
So somebody picked it up. It was the same people that picked up the Jolly Pumpkin.
Well, I'm surprised they don't because he had his falling out with Bud Light, which was all just a media
Yeah.
showcase
Right.
because he still
yeah.
fucking drinks it. Like, so
I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I would crush a few of these on a hot summer day.
Oh,
So
hell
this
yeah.
has to me a little bit of a citrus taste.
I agree.
And it's almost like if you were to add lemonade to it,
Can you
it
pass
would be
it
a
back?
really good beer
Oh,
that
shandy.
would probably
Yeah.
be pretty good.
Yeah.
That would be a really good shandy there.
yeah, it does have like a little bit of
Like
like
a citrus.
something like a not quite sweet, but borderlining sweet.
There is something extra in there, which is what I kind of like about it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Steroids.
I'm
Probably
actually
steroids.
kind of I'm pleasantly surprised.
Nothing. That was fun.
I wouldn't go out of my way to like drink it. Like if I'm gonna drink my cheap beer of choice, I'm gonna drink a PBR. Like that's
Yeah.
just my or a High Life.
If I'm drinking my beer of choice, I'm drinking a Starr Craft Brewery beer.
Oh well,
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean. You know
did
what
say
I mean.
cheap beer of choice, you
Yeah.
know. So if we're drinking your 30 pack, 24 to 30 pack, you know,
Yeah, if you can sell me a 30 pack of Deer Tay for like $15 plus deposit, then yeah, I would drink that. But that's
I would guzzle that.
yeah, that's not all you're gonna guzzle.
Heyo,
I'd bong it.
yeah.
I'd bong something else. I'm bad at chugging beer. So
Never mind.
I think you're a professional.
yeah, he
A
is.
little
He,
bit.
he can
I'm
open
a
up
li-
the throat.
I'm a little. No, I can't actually. I'm a little out of practice. though.
I was at the.
no, he doesn't make that sound.
No.
I remember.
just opened.
I remember when I did that fundraiser a couple months ago, and you're like, "Yeah, I think I'll finally have a beer." And then Daryl poured you one, and you were just like, "Blah," and then just like one guzzle. And you're like,
don't remember
"That
this.
sounds good. I'll have another one."
I don't remember that.
I'm like, "Did you even taste that?"
I have a friend that that can drink like that, but he's since found out he's gluten intolerant, so he can't drink beer anymore.
Oh no.
Poor
But
bastard.
we used to go to
I'd walk off a cliff.
there's a restaurant in Port Huron called Cheap Charlie's that if you're familiar with. But
Yes.
it was by where we worked, and we'd go there, and they had cheap pitchers of beer, and like he'd get a pitcher of beer and just like open up the throat and just put down a
Jesus.
whole pitcher in like 3-4 seconds, and it's like, God damn, bro, you're trying to get somewhere quick.
At that point, it's like
can't-
just rip like 3 shots. Why would you
yeah.
want to walk around full?
They sold whole pitchers of Long Island, like except for Long Island normally has like, you know, splash of Coke or splash of pineapple juice or
Yeah.
whatever. No, instead of using the Coke or the pineapple juice, they would use different flavors of pucker. So like you could get like a Long Island with orange pucker or a Long Island with grape pucker, and it was 13 shots in a pitcher. And you were only supposed to be able to order one per table, but we got to be really good regulars, and they would give us each one if we ordered it.
The
So,
fact that you
I'm in,
said
I'm in.
Long Island in a pitcher
yeah.
I'm in.
is the first.
And there's not even any mixer in it. It's just like,
Yeah, and
what's
they-
our mixer? Pucker.
Pucker is your mixer.
Oh, I'm in. So that used to be a challenge at a local bar. It's not here in Richmond, but there is a local bar in this area. The challenge was to see how many Long Islands you could get through. I made it through 2.5.
See, that means I would get through like maybe 60% of one.
Yeah, dude.
I had a good
Holy
friend that
shit,
would
they were good, but
he would he would order Long Islands at the bar, and instead of a splash of Coke, like gives it that brown color, he would always order Sprite. And I'm like, why do you do that? That seems
like a
you know,
Long
I was
Beach or
like, is
something,
that
right?
good?
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, man. He's like, I order them. So like, you know, when some bitch comes up to me and asks me to buy her a drink, he's like, I'm drinking water. I ain't buying you shit.
It's genius.
He was so cheap. I was like, man, you're never gonna get laid, man. Like you gotta open up the wallet sometimes, man.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Like, but that's my reason was like, okay, well maybe Sprite tastes better, or maybe it just has a different flavor.
That's
but,
what you would
But
think.
no, he's just like, well, I don't want to buy these bitches drinks, and I'm like, I was like, man, that's a really fucked way to look at things.
It is.
I mean, I get it, but yeah.
I don't. But then again, I've never been that cheap.
Especially at, we're talking at something Charlie's where it's not
Yeah. Well, this was downtown Detroit in a bar that we got half off beverages because it shared the building with our work. So
Yeah.
so it was like a Long Island for like $3.
Yeah,
And it
so
was
you're
a
like,
pint of Long Island.
He's like, you think I'm cracking out
Man, this
$1.89 for some bitch?
Yeah, shit. Bro, come on. I'm a cheap bastard. I would be down for that. It's not going to help my odds, but I'd be buying every chick in that
that
bar.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll say it now because they're closed, but it was the only Hard Rock in the state.
Oh, really?
The only Hard Rock in Michigan was in Detroit, and we used to get half off beers and drinks. And like they had Backwoods or Dirty Bastard on tap. So Founders like 8.5% Scotch ale, and you could get a pint of it for like $2.
Oh,
and
I'd never leave.
Oh, dude, no! After like 3 of
I'd
them,
park
I'm
a
like, I was
camper
like,
in the parking lot.
well, they didn't care if we
Yeah.
slept in the office, so I could just
Oh,
go
even
up there
better.
and sleep
Shit.
at my desk for a couple hours. But yeah, you didn't have 2 or 3 of those, and they had Soft Parade on tap when it was still like 9.5%.
Man, I kind of forgot about Soft Parade back
I
in the
never
day.
liked it. I like the shandy
can't
and I like
remember
the
anything
sour.
about it.
The sour version's good. The shandy
I was
version's
at a
good.
party and I had a bunch of those actually.
Yeah, but the straight up version of me, I never liked.
See, I liked the sour and the straight up. I wasn't a big fan of the shandy, oddly enough.
I had a friend of mine had a party and I forget the occasion. I want to say it was a wedding reception. But he had it was a 12-pack of the Soft Parade, like the shandy and some other ones. I went through all the different flavors while I was there. I mean, they were good.
Yeah.
I went back for the shandy a couple times. So that was very refreshing.
When Soft Parade first came out, when it was like the 9%, that was one of those that was a sneaker, dude.
Yeah,
You'd
Oh,
sit
yeah.
there.
You never
and-
knew it was coming.
Oh my goodness! Next thing you know, you're just schnockered. Like, I don't even know what's
It
going
didn't
on.
taste that
It's a creeper.
strong. It was
It's a
very
creeper.
fruity.
Yup.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think we're out of beer for this one.
yep,
So,
we are out of beer, out of time.
Yeah.
And we got to start prepping for bottle share
Yeah.
Gotta have lunch.
and lunch somewhere in there.
And we got to shotgun
food's
beers. I mean,
overrated.
Oh yeah,
We do have
food's
the
over.
shotgun.
I mean, I'm down for it if you are.
I'm down.
I'd love to do it on the air, but I think
I'll
we're gonna
watch
have to
them
do that
shotgun
off
beers.
the air.
Will we have to
Daryl, do you
it
want to
off
watch them shotgun
Yeah,
beers?
we should record it and put it on Facebook.
Subscribe to our
Oh, we could do
Patreon
that,
to see John and John shotgun beers.
No,
Couple
we're
Johns.
going to use this as a thirst
Okay,
trap.
you
We're
watch a
just
couple
gonna
of
post
Johns
it.
shotgun a beer.
I was going to send my OnlyFans for this.
Just a couple Johns joshing
Oh, are
around.
we going to be shirtless for it or something?
That's
I mean,
different
I'm for
content.
it. I've done that before.
That's different content with different Johns.
You can be shirtless. I'll have my feet out, and then it'll be only.
All right, well, we'll see you on the next
thank
one.
you for joining us. And I
Yeah,
think we
thank you.
all forgot to point and miss that this is a Christmas episode. So Merry Christmas or Happy whatever the hell you celebrate to whoever's listening. I'm sorry. Not
Happy
really.
human holiday.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer is the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
Remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beer.
Stay frosty, my friends.